Save America first. $3.42 trillion. That is the projected revenue for the United States of America. 4.41 trillion is the projected spending amount for America. Now, it already shows, as Americans, we spend more money than what we make. So, with a deficit of $0.98 trillion, how can we afford to build Trump's wall? Now, President Trump wants to build a wall among the U.S. and Mexico border. The wall is going to be a series of fences and other material. It's going to cost $21.6 billion to make, and it's going to take 3 years to construct. The Department of Homeland Security internal reports state that's what it's going to cost us. Now, we face a lot of other issues in the U.S. Social, gay marriages, abortion, gender identity, and other government mandates. Immigration. This is where the border wall comes in. Immigration ban, border security, and even the DREAM Act. Healthcare. Obamacare, Medicaid, mental health, even marijuana. It falls under healthcare. Economic, which is taxes and welfare. Now, there's three that I really want to focus on. One is criminal. Drug trafficking, human trafficking. Education. And the domestic policy issues, which is gun control, drug policies, and Social Security. So, Trump's criminal issue concerns drugs being brought into America illegally through the border of the U.S. and Mexico. Human trafficking. If you ever watch the news, you always hear him say that women and children are being kidnapped and they're being sold. So that's something he feels the wall is needed for. Now, those two things together is his plan. If we build a wall, we're going to prevent it. Okay? Now, I want to talk about the war on drugs. Opiates. More than 64,000 people died in 2016 from drug overdose. The majority of it was opiates, according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. Much of the illegal drugs arrive through legal ports of entry. Talk about the war on human trafficking. According to the National Human Trafficking Hotline, in 2017, there was a 13% increase in cases compared to 2016. This is a graph. This graph shows by race which race is being kidnapped and being trafficked more. So on this graph, it shows 40.4% of black people are used in human trafficking. 25.6 are white people. 23.9 is Hispanics. 5.8 other. And the last 4.3 is Asian. This is according to the U.S. There's a program called the U.S. Institute Against Human Trafficking. Now, what they do, their job is to educate citizens and legislators, disrupt sex trade, and consolidate efforts for maximum effects. So this program is mainly used to try to help and prevent the human trafficking. The education issue. So, there's a decrease in funding, lack of teachers, oversized classes. This is what an oversized classroom looks like. We have one teacher on average teaching about 35 kids. Lack of material, old books. This is a graph. It shows where the money goes from education in the budget. So, when we get the money for education, it goes in the grants and loans for college students, grants and loans for education agencies, grants to state education agencies, loan subsidies to banks, and it also goes to institutes for higher education. Where does the majority of the state money and education funds go? Discretionary spendings. Now, discretionary spendings is money that is put aside and is mandated for other programs. So, this is a graph of what discretionary spendings are. If you look at the graph real close, that blue area. In 2015, it was $1.11 trillion. Out of the $1.11 trillion, $598.5 billion, which is 54% of that money, goes to the military.
Like a boss.
Goes to military. Then we also spend money, some of that money goes to housing, education, science, and Medicare. So the military defense gets the most of the money. If we're already spending half of our money from the education budget for a wall, do we really need it? Now, let's talk about the domestic policies. Gun control. Did you know you're more likely to be shot and die in America than you are to get killed riding in a car or even choking on food? Mass shooting tracker. There was 372 mass shootings in the U.S. in 2015. Now, the real question is, do we really need to spend money on the border wall? I'm still not convinced. Let's take care of America first. This is some of my references.